Hello everyone, welcome to ZebQuiz. Today is 16th of January 2019. In our daily current affairs series, we will be discussing 10 new set of questions today. All the questions in this series has been framed from newspapers, Hindu and Indian Express. This series will be useful for your various competitive examinations like SSC, Bank PO, Clerk, State PCS, RBI and so on. So let's go to the first question. What was India's rank in the global index for the world's most powerful passport in 2019? Your options are A 81, B 75, C 68, D 79. So recently, the Henley Passport Index was released. Passport Index 2019 was released, and India's rank was 79. So your answer is D 79. In 2018, India's rank was 81, and the country which has topped the list is Japan, and it has topped second time in a row. Now, something about Henley Passport Index. The Henley Passport Index measures the access each country's travel documents affords. So, the answer is D 79. Next, ICC, that is International Cricket Council, has offered amnesty to which nation's cricketers to report match fixing approaches? Your options are A. Australia, B. Sri Lanka, C. India, D. Pakistan. So ICC has recently announced that it would be giving a 15-day amnesty to participants of the Sri Lankan cricket team who have previously failed to report any information concerning corrupt conduct in the cricket. So your answer is B. Sri Lanka. This amnesty will apply to all the participants under both ICC and the Sri Lankan Cricket Anti-Corruption Boards. Next, which space agency plans to set up space galleries to disseminate knowledge about space science and technology amongst the citizens of the country? Your options are A. NASA, B. CNSA, C. Roscosmos, or D. ISRO. So recently, ISRO has planned to set up space galleries in various locations in the country. So your answer is D. ISRO. Now these space galleries are expected to disseminate the knowledge about space science and technology amongst the citizens of the country, amongst the citizens of India. Next, which nation is set to become the third largest consumer market behind US and China by 2030 as per the World Economic Forum? Your options are A. Japan, B. UK, C. India, D. Canada. So recently, the World Economic Forum report was released, which is Future of Consumption in Fast Growth Consumer Market, India. So the third largest consumer behind US and China is India. So the answer is C. Now it is expected that in India the spending is expected to grow from US dollar 1.5 trillion at present to US dollar 6 trillion by 2030. So your answer is C. India. Next, who was removed as the coach of Indian national men's hockey team? Your options are A. Harendra Singh, B. Narendra Bora, C. Sardar Singh, D. Dhanraj Pillai. So the Indian men's hockey coach Harendra Singh was recently sacked from the position and offered the task of helming the junior squad by the National Federation. So the coach who has been removed is Harendra Singh. The answer is A. Next, which OPEC nation has decided to cut its oil exports in January by 10%? Your options are A. UAE, B. Bahrain, C. Oman, D. Saudi Arabia. So the OPEC kingpin Saudi Arabia has announced that it has decided to slash its oil exports in January by 10% in comparison to November. So answer for this question is Saudi Arabia, which has decided to cut its oil exports in January by 10%. Now, this was announced by Saudi Energy Minister Khalid Al-Fahim, and he said, As Saudi is the world's top crude supplier, it would cut its exports to 7.2 million barrels per day in January from 8 million barrels per day in November. And they have also planned to cut 1 lakh barrels per day in February. So answer is D, February. Saudi Arabia, sorry, it's D, Saudi Arabia. Next, Australian cities have been announced as the first two host locations for the newest team event in the men's tennis for the multi-million-dollar ATP Cup from 2020. Which are these two cities? This is not pictures, this is cities. The options are A, Perth and Sydney, B, Melbourne and Sydney, C, Sydney and Brisbane, or D, Adelaide and Brisbane. So recently, two Australian cities, Sydney and Brisbane, have been announced as the first two host locations for the newest team events in the men's tennis for the multi-million-dollar ATP Cup from 2020. And the third Australian city for the tournament is yet to be determined. So your answer for this question is Sydney and Brisbane. The tournament, it will comprise of 100 players from 100 players from 24 nations, and the prize money would be $15 million, and it will also give 750 ATP ranking points. Now, ATP, what is the full form of ATP? You need to remember that it's Association of Tennis Professionals. That is ATP. And its chairman is Chris Kermode. So the answer is C, Sydney and Brisbane. Next, Indian Highways Management Company Limited, that is IHMCL, comes under which of the following? Your options are A, MOHA, B, CPW, C, AAI, or D, NHAI. So the Indian Highways Management Company Limited, it's a company promoted by NHAI, that is National Highway Authority of India. So the answer is NHAI. It is recently in news because IHMCL has signed MOU with oil marketing companies, IOCL, BPC and HPC, to ensure fast availability of fast tags at petroleum outlets across India. And IHMCL has also been mandated to implement National Electronic Toll Collection Program. So the answer for this question is D, NHAI. Next, Indian Army has signed an MOU with which bank on the defense salary package? Your options are A, State Bank of India, B, Punjab National Bank, C, Bank of India, or D, Bank of Baroda. So recently, Indian Army has signed MOU with Punjab National Bank on the defense salary package. So your answer is B, Punjab National Bank. And the signing ceremony was chaired by Lieutenant General Ashwini Kumar. The improved and updated MOU are free Rakshak Plus scheme. Now, this will serve the peers and the veterans. In it, an OD facility, overdraft facility, has been provided, in which the range has increased from 0.75 to 3 lakh. A multi-city at-par checks has been provided, instant credit of outstation checks, and so on. So the answer is B, Punjab National Bank. Next, World Bank has pegged India's GDP growth at what percentage in 2018-19? Your options are A, 7.5%, B, 7.0%, C, 7.3%, or D, 8.0%. So recently, the World Bank has pegged India's GDP growth that India is expected to grow at 7.3% in 2018-19. So the answer is C, 7.3%. And in the two following years, it will grow at 7.5%. Now, India will continue to be the fastest growing major economy in the world, according to the World Bank. And China's economic growth is projected to be 6.2% in 2019. That it is the Chinese growth is slowing down, and in 2021 it will be 6%. This is according to the Global Economic Prospect Report released by World Bank. Do remember the name of the report. It is Global Economic Prospect Report released by World Bank. Now, certain facts about World Bank. Present World Bank president is Jim Yong Kim, and the headquarters. He has recently resigned from the post, stepped down from the post, and the headquarters is at Washington. So that's all for today. We'll be meeting again tomorrow with a new set of questions. Thank you so much.